Hi everybody, Jake from West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. In today's video, I am going to be talking a little bit about yesterday's performance and West Ham on a whole at the moment, because there's a lot of frustration and negativity around the fan base at the moment, which I understand to an extent, but I'm going to be discussing all of that and why West Ham seems to be going into panic mode in a minute, and the events that happened when Moyes Benrahma was substituted off yesterday, and his reaction to that decision from David Moyes. Before we get into it, drop a like on the video, subscribe to West Ham Official, check out our channel sponsors SRM Carver and Son by clicking the link in the description down below. So I'm going to start off just briefly talking about yesterday's game. You can check out my match day vlog for the game yesterday. You can check out everybody's thoughts that had their view yesterday with Arsenal fans and a couple of other videos I put up from people that sent videos through. And there's a lot of frustration around at the moment, but I feel the fan base is being a little bit too reactionary at the moment, and I've seen plenty of things, and I've even seen, to an extent, people asking for Moyes to be sacked, which I honestly can't get my head around. And the reason I say that is, let's just take a step back for a moment and realise that yes, we're on a bad run of form, but name a club and a team that's like almost on our level, not like the Arsenal Invincibles that went invincible, but name a team that didn't have a bad spell. We're having a bad spell. We've had a fantastic 2.5 years, or however long it is. Yes, we're on a bad spell, and yes, David Moyes isn't helping himself at times with team selections and things he's doing, etc. I do agree with that, but I think we're just being a little bit too reactionary at the moment, and we need to stick by it. Yes, I think it's going to be hard for us to almost get back that form we did have. It's been gone for a couple of months. We played well, but being to where we really were back in like December against Chelsea and all that, it's been a couple of months, and yes, it was going to happen, but we need to rectify that, and I can't really see how that's happening at the moment. But I'm going to stick. But yes, David Moyes didn't sign a place. Yes, this, yes, that. But, and the but is, we've got to stick by him. There's no point Moyes out this and that. There's completely no point in that, because who are you going to get in that's better is going to come in, and we can bring in the big guns. We did that with Manuel Pellegrini, and he set our football club back 2 years. So we've got to stick by Moyes. There's no one better than Moyes for West Ham United out there currently, in my personal opinion, and we just got to stick by it. I think we are going slightly into panic mode because of the performances, but we are on a bad run of form, but we're still picking up points. And yes, we should be winning these games against a depleted, injury-stricken Newcastle side at home. Yes, it's unacceptable that Newcastle had more possession. Newcastle had more shots than us at home, and when they're fighting a relegation battle, yes, that shouldn't be happening. But this period was always going to come, and it's just coming in a longer and a more hard-hitting way, because we didn't sign any players in January for whatever reason, and for whoever's decision that was. But it's just, I get the element of frustration at the moment, but there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and there will be, and we just need to stick by it, because we're fifth in the league, and probably by the time we play next, we probably will be 6th or 7th in the league when these games now start to level out, as Arsenal play a game in hand in the week, and so do Spurs. We do play Wolves on Sunday, next Sunday, which is a massive, massive, massive game of football for West Ham United, because if we go and we put in a similar performance, I think things are just getting worse and getting out of control. But if we go and put in a reasonably good performance, and we can at least pick up a point, I think that will be really good. It's a massive game because they're in and around us, and if we start losing games to the teams around us, we've already lost to Man United twice this season, Arsenal once, and this is a massive must-win game, I think, for West Ham if we want to stay in and around. Top four's gone now, unless there's a miracle. But we need to fight for this 6th spot, fifth and 6th spot, I do believe, because we saw Spurs win yesterday against Man City somehow, some way. So they're not done with this, and they've had some pretty poor performances where they lost games. We're having poor performances where we're drawing games. We're still picking up points, but we are losing points. We are dropping points. 2 points dropped. 2 points probably dropped against Leicester as well. And that's not the performance. That's saying that if we want to be in this top 4 race, we need to be winning these football matches. But that's that bit over the way. Let's talk about what happened on the 73rd minute when Moyes Benrahma was substituted off, and I did expect it. Do I agree with it to an extent? Yes. I didn't think he was very effective in the game. He was probably our best attacking player out there, but he is the obvious one to be subbed, and I do understand his frustration for Vlasic to come on. Vlasic didn't hit the levels that he should be again, which is frustrating, to be honest with you. But Benrahma was subbed off, and there wasn't too much complaints around the ground from where we were. Everybody kind of expected it and thought this is probably the right call. And people right, let's get behind Vlasic now. We didn't quite do it again, which is frustrating. But what we didn't see, I didn't actually see till I got home last night, the whole antics about Moyes Benrahma being frustrated with David Moyes. I didn't see that because it's over there. I wasn't watching him as he walked back to his seat. Somehow I was watching the game, but there was a lot of frustration around the ground because the guy behind us, who watches the channel, who's on the vlog when he's going like this, he got frustrated because he said to me, when Fornals gets subbed, if he's on the other side, he runs to there and comes on. It was a very slow walk and an effortless, just I can't be bothered jog over, and there was a lot of roars and just come on, get on with it. You're being subbed, we get you frustrated, but this is better. So get off and let's get going. That got not toxic in the ground, but there was so much frustration when that happened. Nikola Vlasic came on then, but what happened is, I've got a picture to show you here, and there it is where, Moyes Benrahma was speaking to David Moyes, and he said, why always me? Why is it always me that gets subbed off? And you can see David Moyes clearly pointing his authority around and saying, I'm the boss, I choose who gets subbed, I choose you to get subbed. And he's going, why always me? 21 times Moyes Benrahma has been substituted this season. There's a reason for that, because he is that type of player that David Moyes likes to sub. But I've seen a lot of people saying, why didn't Antonio get subbed? I understand the logic of where it's coming from, because I thought Antonio was a little bit better than what he has been, but still not good enough. But I don't think David Moyes particularly likes playing Bowen up front and then somebody else out on the wing, because he thinks Bowen's wasted up front, which I completely agree with. I think his position is the wing in the Premier League. Yes, he did really well in the Championship playing up top, but I don't quite think he cuts it up top in my personal opinion in the Premier League. I'd like to try it just to see. Let's put Antonio on the bench for a week. And let's see what happens, but I'm not sure David Moyes is going to do that, because he likes Jared Bowen on the right wing, and there's a reason for that, because he scored 9 Premier League goals this season, and he's been probably our best player, putting him on par with Declan Rice, who I thought wasn't fantastic and was at fault for the goal, which, I'm not going to sit here and criticise him, because that's the one mistake he's made all season, and players make mistakes, world-class players make mistakes, and my boy Declan Rice made that mistake yesterday, which was unfortunate, but we move on, we keep going, and no criticism needed to Declan Rice, of course. But it's disappointing, because I hope that toxicity from Moyes Benrahma towards David Moyes doesn't go into the dressing room and then cause a bad atmosphere around the club, because it's no secret over the last 2 years that the team, the squad, the backroom staff have created a fantastic relationship with each other. You can see everything's happy, there's vibes, everything seems to be really, really good in the dressing room, and I hope just something like this doesn't affect that at all, because that could have a knock-on effect to even worse performances in the Premier League, which is definitely what we don't need. We don't need this kind of thing at the moment. David Moyes is saying on his post-match press conferences, I'm pulling my hair out to try and get these players to perform how they were, but it's just not working, and this is not what we don't need. Disputes and arguments in the dressing room is exactly what we don't need in this difficult time for West Ham United in the season, which was always going to come this February, March, January period, where we ended up not signing any players. The more difficult times are going to come, and let's hope we can overcome it now and get back into some form. We keep saying this week on week, but we can't do anything else. I'm not going to sit here and say we should sack Moyes, because that's, in my eyes, completely ridiculous. But it is what it is. Frustration is the word amongst the West Ham fan base currently, which I understand. And yeah, I'm frustrated. I wasn't too angry with the with everything. I was almost over it. Come on, we've got to move on. There's no point in dwelling on these things and move on to a very, very important 6-pointer for Europe against Wolves at home. Let's get behind the players. We didn't have much to shout about yesterday, so the atmosphere wasn't fantastic. But if we can get the block, score a goal, be attacking, be aggressive, be direct, which we weren't, because Newcastle did a job on us yesterday. The crowd will lift. All of a sudden, we're back. That's all we need. Just a 20-minute spell at the start where we score a goal, we're on top, we press high, we look confident in playing like we did a couple of months ago. All of a sudden, the crowd lift, everything comes back into shape again. That's all we need, but it's just not happening at the moment. But we've got to stick by it. We've got to keep believing, keep the faith, and we'll assess things further, and we can have a real in-depth look at it after the Wolves game next week, because I think that's crucial to where we're going to be. Well, whether we are still trying to fight for this 6th spot, or whether we are going to keep on sliding down to this 8th, 9th, which, to be honest with you, if we go far in both the FA Cup and the Europa League and we finish 8th, I won't be disappointed. A lot of people will be, which I understand, but I won't be disappointed if we go far in these cup competitions and we do slide off slightly in the league. I wouldn't like it, but I wouldn't be really, really disappointed if we did. But yeah, that's just my roundup of thoughts currently of what's going on at West Ham. I just needed to make that video just to discuss it and get some things out there of my views of what's going on at West Ham. So we get behind the boys on Sunday in a massive game at the London Stadium. So drop a like on the video, subscribe to West Ham Official if you're new. Check out our channel sponsors SIM Carver and Son by clicking the link in the description down below. Keep watching West Ham Official. I'll be back tonight with a Premier League roundup show with Sean and maybe somebody else. You'd have to wait and see for that. But that's it from me. Come on, you Irons, and I will see you very, very soon. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.